Alright guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to another episode of Over the Board Games. It's Monday the 3rd of February. My calendar is over there. And I played this afternoon at my local chess club. Played two games, one official game against an opponent who last year I think became last. I think he won only one game, which wasn't against me. I beat him last year. But this year he already in two rounds won one game. So never assume you're just gonna win against someone. You never know. Maybe you studied some chess courses or something. I don't know. It's also a person who is a bit, mm, let me say, without putting a label on it, like out of the ordinary. He plays chess in a different way than the regular crowd does somehow. I'm not quite sure if that covers it. It's a friendly guy. It's just a bit of a um, awkward player, I suppose. And last Thursday, I lost against a lower rated opponent, uh, which got me into a tilt also with online games. So I was being cautious playing well, he was higher ranked than me this year, but we've only been played for two rounds. I think he lost one, won one. I lost one, drew one. So he was actually higher ranked up till today than I was. So I was prepared for anything. And he played quite solid until the middle game. And then he started to make some mistakes, which you'll see in a minute. Um, so yeah, let's have a look. I was playing with the black pieces. I played with a 76.8% accuracy. He played with 68.4 accuracy. Mm, yeah, so not too great from me. I normally hope to play 80% accuracy or higher, between 80 and 90, which is obviously which I'm happy about. So I think it was because I was a bit cautious. I missed a checkmate in one. Mm, and I was just being a bit on the safe side. So here we go. Uh, he, yeah, so not an ordinary opening. He's obviously ready to fianchetto the bishop. So I played a normal move with the pawn. He fianchetted the bishop. I brought my knight out. He brought another pawn out to fianchetto his other business, bishop. And I brought my bishop out. And obviously I knew that this knight is under attack, but I was not considering that he would take it because even this guy knows, like, I think that a bishop is stronger than a knight. But obviously I was aware that at a certain point later in the game, maybe when I start moving my knight around, this and my bishop is gone. This is a weakness, and with the rook behind it. So I was I was worried about it, and also obviously this side, same story. That's the danger of the fianchetto bishops. So I just carry on developing. So does he. Uh, yeah, so he's bringing out a lot of pawns. So he has only developed his bishops now, and I already got four pieces out. Um, but we're still equal according to the evaluation bar. It's bang on even, 0-0. So just castling. So did he. And I just wanted to avoid him coming in with his knight harassing me. Same with the other side. Because because the game wasn't quick paced. I mean, he's got his bishops uh, fianchettoed, not really aggressive just yet. So I knew I have plenty of time to just keep the knights out, because obviously they are the positions in the middle of the board, trying to maybe enter my kingdom. which I didn't want to have anything to do with. Not quite sure why he moved his king there. I just connected the rooks. Stockfish didn't really like it. He did the same thing. I just wanted to prepare myself, get out of any potential threats from this bishop in the future. He's just moved his bishop, so we're just shuffling around. I didn't see a quite attack just yet, so I thought we'll just maybe create some threats and see what happens. Being a bit careful here. Obviously, I'm attacking his queen, and I thought like maybe put pressure on because it's a guy who is sneaky, but sometimes also he blunders. So I thought like maybe if I position my bishop here, grab the knight, and maybe I thought he wants to avoid doubling of pawns and recaptures it with the queen. It's a guy who could make these kind of little errors. But he brought out a pawn, so that plan went down the bin. So I thought like, okay, maybe I then thought like I maybe can bring out my knight here, and in the event of this pawn not being here, I could attack this bishop twice with the knight if it's sitting here and the bishop. That's a plan I had in mind, just building up some tactics. This is actually a blunder. Oh yeah, okay. Is that really true though? I don't think it is, because this is actually what it did, and I didn't miss. Yeah, this is not a blunder, because this is actually what it does. White will be winning material, but he doesn't, because it's defended. So that's sometimes I'm a bit weary of Stockfish, because it claims it's a blunder because I'm going to lose a pawn, which I'm not. Oh, never mind this. Okay, yeah. So this is what I thought. I thought I'm gonna fork these guys and see what happens. At least get rid of a bishop. And I obviously did realize he could capture me with the knight, but then I just have a pawn here. And this loses a pawn. Yeah, okay, never mind Stockfish, because obviously he's gonna recapture the bishop. I mean, this is just yeah. Hang on, what's going on? I got here, you got there. Oh yeah, and I had a little bit too many pieces hanging loose, so I thought like let's trade some stuff off. This is what I did. Then I just wanted to get rid of the knight, and this is why this man is sometimes a bit. Um, he sometimes makes some weird moves, and at this moment he asked me, "Oh, I forgot what move you made." So I said like I put my pawn on c6, and then he didn't realize, even though I did say it again, that I was attacking his knight. So I took his knight. Now I'm up material, and I saw a nice little tactic, because I'm now attacking this pawn twice, but it's defended 3 times. But I also saw that this bishop is pinning this pawn, so I can give a check with my queen. and he'd have to move either here or here. And then I thought, because I'm up in material, I'm gonna just trade off some of the pieces and get into an end game up in material. But before that, um, yeah, that's a good move. I considered taking it with the bishop, trading off pieces, but I thought, like, let's create a pass pawn, which he cannot take, and now it would be defended by my bishop. So that's what I did. So now I've got a pass pawn, which eventually uh, I do promote to a queen. But this is also the reason why I missed the checkmate, because I was too focused on promoting the pawn to a queen that I, in a few moves, missed a checkmate in one. So he is attacking my queen. I give a check. He moves. I give a check. He blocks. I grab his queen. He recaptures. And now I thought, like, I'm gonna bring my rooks into the game. He just offers me a free pawn. And he's attacking this, but it's defended. Yeah, so no worries there. And I was just trying to get this pawn. Yeah, and this guy is sometimes missing these little things, like he gave away a pawn and he actually doesn't see this. So this is like a free pawn, and now he's bringing over bishop, trying to create some counterplay, which is not a big deal at the moment. It will lose me a pawn in the future, but now I give him a check, and this is where I start to miss the nice tactic, because he obviously had a few moves. He could move here. Hang on, because he obviously cannot move here. He cannot move here because of the bishop. So he has either to move here or here. And I did see, if he was going to move here, I'd have a fork, winning his bishop. But that probably would have been the better option for him. Oh, he could have blocked with his pawn, actually. Okay, I didn't even think about that myself. But this is a forced checkmate. I did give a check. He steps out the only way. And now what I should have done was this rook over here, and it's checkmate. Because he can't capture it, and he can't go back. And he cannot block. But I was too focused on just trading the pieces and getting into an endgame with a passed pawn, with a promoted pawn to a queen. So I missed the checkmate. But I was up so much, didn't really matter. Okay, so he found a nice little tactic. And obviously had to get out of the way. But I could just, the easiest thing is to just push the pawn, because there's no rook sitting here to be taken. So this is what I did. So the rook cannot go in, and the bishop has no business here anymore. He starts passing the pawn, so every time when an opponent makes a move, you got to think, what is he doing? But I saw that he wants to go here and maybe create some counterplay, but I saw that the bishop is defending this square. He didn't see that. He said later, because he did. Well, I'll show you. I keep pushing the pawn, which is obviously now defended by my bishop, so the rook cannot take it. He pushed on, and obviously this is defended by my bishop, which my opponent didn't see. Okay, yeah, he said just promote straight away to a queen. It'd be a check. You'd have to go here. Yeah, okay. Rather than, yeah, I just but this is this is why I was a bit on the safe side, because of the last week and getting into a tilt for a few days. I thought, like, I'm not gonna have any hassle. Just gonna grab the pawn, not him take it with a check, defended by the you couldn't have done, but maybe grabbing the pawn and having to defend. He's giving a check and grabbing the. Oh no. Anyway, I wasn't gonna risk anything. Maybe if I'm a bit in a better state, I would have done. I don't know. Anyway, he obviously had to go back to prevent this pawn from promoting. And just says you can just pick it up, and because the rook was there, you can actually win that pawn, which I didn't see, to be honest. So there you have it. I wasn't playing all that well either. Not quite sure why this is happening, because I thought like, well, I didn't see this, to be honest. But now it doesn't really matter because it's defended by the bishop. But I thought like if the rook takes me, I take with a pawn, so I trade, I win a rook and lose a rook, but get a queen in return. But he took the pawn, and now I obviously had to think what is going on here, because now my rook is under attack, but also my bishop is under attack. So there's two options. I could have grabbed the bishop, but then he would have taken my rook, which I could have recaptured, but then it would have been an equal trade. But the other way around is obviously if you can make a move with a check, it's always the best. So I can take the rook with a check and then grab the bishop. So that's what I did. So I actually win material. So now it's 2 bishops and 5 pawns versus 2 pawns. And I said to the guy, well, do you want to resign or you want to keep on playing? I said, no, I'm going to keep on playing. So, and I'm starting to learn to notate the moves. That's why I'm making these videos. So I was actually quite happy because then I could practice with notating my moves. So just grabbing another pawn, and just creating some passed pawns. I thought like create numerous threats on different sides of the board. He's got his king, which obviously can only go limited places. He's attacking my bishop, so I had to just get out of the way. Obviously this pawn is hanging, which he's trying to go for. Oh, he's not actually. Give a check, so I can carry on with my pawns. He can have that pawn if he wants. I wasn't too worried. So now everything is protected. These pawns are protected, and my bishops are protected. And now I can just get a pass pawn, which I did, and that was checkmate. So yeah, good game. So the season started a bit rough because I drew one. The second game I played against the winner of last season, which is a really strong player, as I've showed you in the previous video. So I was actually currently, well, before this game I was ranked 21st out of 36. Came from the 13th place, so I wasn't really too happy about it, but knew it's just a matter of time. And I believe I'm back up to 15. Might be 14, but I think it's 15. So yeah, getting back into the game, and that was it. Thank you very much for watching, and if you do like these videos, there's a red button in the corner. You can press that and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you click on the notifications for every and all messages, so you get notified when I put on some new material, either over the board games or also my rating climb on chess.com. And yeah, there you have it. And if you like this, you can give it a thumbs up. It makes it easier for me to let this channel grow, because obviously it's still it's still very much a starting YouTube channel. I only have I can count the subscribers on one hand, and I get maybe 1, 2, 3 views every YouTube video. So yeah, if you watch this and you like it, subscribe, like the video, and maybe in the near future I'll be having more and more people who are watching my content. Okay, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.